Welcome to this episode of Rewind: A Closer Look. Today, we're diving headfirst into 1998's Recoil. Some action movies like to start slow, build tension, establish backstory, maybe toss in a moody synth track. Recoil is not one of those movies. This 1998 gem kicks off with a full-blown urban war zone that escalates into revenge-fueled carnage and never once hits the brakes. So grab your leather jacket, practice your two-handed pistol poses, and get ready, because Recoil isn't just underrated, it's absolutely unhinged. Starring Gary Daniels, who isn't just another pretty face with a roundhouse kick, he's a legit martial artist who made the jump from the ring to the screen in the 90s. A former kickboxing champion from the UK, Daniels carved out a niche in the world of direct-to-video action with his lethal blend of athleticism and stoic intensity. Whether he's playing a rogue cop, a cyber-enhanced soldier, or a guy just trying to survive a dystopian wasteland, one thing's certain: somebody's getting kicked in the head. Recoil doesn't waste a second. Right out of the gate, it throws us into one of the most chaotic bank robberies in low-budget action history. A group of gunmen in full body armor storm a downtown Los Angeles Bank of America and transform the place into a live-fire war zone. It's clearly riffing on the real-life North Hollywood shootout from '97, but with even more explosions and way less realism.
Coverage this afternoon with Tracy Savage. She's out in North Hollywood at the bank where it all began shortly after 9 o'clock this morning. Tracy.
Well, Kelly, if you watched it on TV, you'd think you were watching a movie. It almost seemed unreal. Heavily armed men firing away with no apparent fear or care for human life. It all began at about 9 o'clock this morning when the suspects tried to hold up a Bank of America on Laurel Canyon. But police were there, and that's when things got hot. Here's what's happened, minute by minute. This was how it sounded. How it looked was even more unbelievable. A shootout like most in this city have never seen before. Here are the suspects, first spotted by news cameras, coming out of the Bank of America on Laurel Canyon in full body armor, commando-style dress. With assault rifles, the two leave a bank full of frightened and injured citizens and cops. They continue on their shooting rampage.
It sounded like a jackhammer, and it just all of a sudden, Chuck here said it wasn't a jackhammer, AK-47, just rat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
That rampage injured at least 5 citizens and 8 LAPD officers, including this officer who was pinned down in a parking lot near the bank by the gunfire. Fellow officers bravely risked their own lives to come in and rescue him. They managed to put the hurt officer in the back of the cruiser, and they whisked him away, not even slowing to close the door. Meanwhile, the armed men still on the loose. One suspect inside a white car, the other on foot. The one on foot calmly walking, shooting at officers and residents. He ended up about a half a block from the bank before police finally took him out. His partner in the white car, the same wild, frightening behavior, slamming his car into another car, then stopping near a brown pickup truck. He appeared to be about to take off in that truck, but instead took cover behind the white car, firing away round after round. He too was finally taken down by officers. These two, no regard for anything, deadly criminals.
The police arrive almost instantly and get absolutely shredded. Squad cars detonate like they're filled with gas cans, and officers get mowed down with military-grade hardware. Then, bam, enter Gary Daniels, rocking a badge, a perfect haircut, and a 1,000-yard stare. He kneels beside a dying officer for a moment of emotional gravitas, and then calmly walks into the chaos like a grief-stricken Terminator, headshotting armored thugs with terrifying precision. Apparently, if you're Gary Daniels, you can bypass Kevlar with sheer British rage. After saving a couple of terrified kids caught in the crossfire, because of course he does, we dive straight into a high-octane chase. The last surviving robber escapes on a dirt bike, launching us into a wild pursuit through downtown LA traffic, and eventually a stunt-heavy warehouse sequence you've probably seen recycled in other direct-to-video classics. The guy even tosses grenades like candy, because in Recoil, every thug carries at least 3. It ends with a brutal crash into a traffic light, followed by a foot chase and a tense standoff where the suspect gets gunned down. And then we get the twist. The masked gunman was just a teenager. Yep, somehow this kid helped to pull off an entire military-style robbery with the calm of a war veteran. But don't think too hard about it, because the script doesn't either. Things spiral fast. A conveniently recorded video surfaces showing the kid being executed after surrendering, and it conveniently includes camera angles that didn't exist in the actual scene, so who filmed it? Either way, the video goes viral in the criminal underworld, and the dead teen's father, Vincent Sloan, a big-time crime boss, decides it's payback time. Sloan sends his other sons out to murder every cop involved in the shooting.
Look at these faces. These are your targets. No fucking mistakes. Okay?
Okay, Pop. Mr. Sloan, are you sure you want your sons here, effective warriors though they are, to be involved in this?
You know, Mr. Brown, at this point, I don't think that's your concern.
This is family business. Okay?
It's less grief-stricken father and more mini-boss revenge montage. One cop gets lured into a fake prostitution bust and taken out.
Make a living here, walk around the block a few times, and I promise I'll give you a freebie later.
If I wasn't a cop, I'd take you up on that. But I am, and you know what I gotta do.
Oh, come on.
Another is murdered inside a police station.
My name's Devin. You killed my brother. Say goodnight, Shane.
The third, run off a parking garage in a Ford Taurus and exploded for good measure. One by one, the team drops until Gary and his partner are the only ones left. They take their families to a quiet beach house to regroup and heal. Cue a few scenes of sunshine and emotional bonding designed to make the next sequence hurt more. And then, just as you'd expect, the bad guys show up. Gary's Suburban gets lit up by gunfire and chased by a full-on big rig truck in what feels like a deleted scene from Road Warrior Domestic Edition.
Kids, are you all right? Just hang on, okay? It's gonna be fun. Come on, man, there's kids in that car. Screw the kid. Kill them all.
The chase ends with the Suburban being pushed off a large cliff. Gary survives, barely, but his wife and daughter don't.
My God, there were children in that car.
Whatever.
Let's get out of here.
And because this movie never slows down, Gary wakes up not in a hospital but in a monastery. You heard me. A full week has passed and somehow he's been chilling with monks. No one explains it, but at this point we're just rolling with it. Tragedy piles on when his partner gets blown up by a car bomb. That's the last straw. Gary Daniels goes full force into revenge mode and starts taking out the Sloan family one by one. He crashes their ritzy party and then goes on a duel-wielding, pistol-killing spree straight out of a John Woo fever dream and finishes when he breaks one of the Sloan brothers' necks.
Dancing, I'm bouncing off the walls. Andrew's dancing, Nicholas is dancing. We're all sitting there. There's beautiful girls everywhere. I start taking my clothes off. Nicholas starts taking his clothes off. All the girls...
Just shut up and slowly walk towards the front gate.
After a quick moment to visit his family's graves and recharge his vengeance meter, he launches a solo assault on a drug lab run by the Sloans. It's a glorious gauntlet of stealth kills, exploding barrels, and henchmen who somehow never look up. At this point, Gary's mastered the art of silently snapping necks and making everything flammable. Gary wipes out the crew, kills the corrupt police chief who is helping Sloan, and ends the last son with a flawless slow-motion headshot.
I'm gonna kill you just like you killed my brothers.
In the final showdown, Sloan begs for mercy, so naturally Gary shoots him in the leg and drops his lit lighter into a trail of gasoline. The factory explodes, Sloan dies, and Gary struts away as the screen fades to black. Recoil is everything you could want in a 90s action flick, a body count over 40, at least 2 exploding vehicles per act, and Gary Daniels hitting maximum vengeance mode with zero hesitation. It's brutally efficient, loaded with wild stunts, and somehow finds time for a monastery break in between the mayhem. This one's a deep-cut gem for action junkies. No slow pacing, no boring subplots, just shootouts, car flips, neck snaps, and a righteous kill streak fueled by personal loss and pure rage. Recoil doesn't try to be smart, it just works. If you enjoyed this closer look at one of Gary's best action flicks, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more bullet-riddled nostalgia and underappreciated chaos. And hey, let us know your favorite Gary Daniels moment in the comments. Until next time, keep your clips full, your stance wide, and remember, ski masks are not armor, people.
How much did Sloan pay you to kill my family?
Pay me to kill you. I whacked your family for kicks.